And we are rolling.
Welcome back to episode 5 of Mic'd Up Mayhem.
Episode 5. Big day.
Cinco.
I know. We're pumped. We don't have a whole lot for this episode. We're just trying to get it back to basics because the last 2 times we tried to do something special, it kind of didn't go so
didn't
well.
really work. Good episodes,
Yeah.
but not the best
ideas.
episodes. Good ideas.
Good
That's a
ideas.
great way to put it.
Yeah.
But
So,
we're bringing it back to the basics of Mic'd Up Mayhem. As our Instagram bio says, 2 teenagers living life 2 weeks at a time.
Indeed.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
So let's see. Let's see what we have for today, all right?
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
go to episode 5 with the redemption arc. Because, 3 and 4 were a little iffy. Let's see here. We're going to be talking about some of the bad things of 3 and 4 because the elephants in the room, they were good ideas. You got to give us that. But, then the Evan on the Go this week was pretty big.
It's pretty big.
I'd say it was pretty big. We have Goober news. Well, just Michael does, so,
Yeah.
short and sweet. That's about all we got, though. So we'll start off with life recap. Do you want to go first?
I sure can go
I
first.
bet.
So this is basically a recap for the entire month of May, which in 10 words is a little hard to do, but I tried my best. So we won state, AP test, good music, I hate school.
Okay, I know what it is, but the viewers might not. What is We Won State?
So our wonderful little track team, we took, how many people did we? I think we took 39 people to state championships, and both the girls team and the guys team won. So I individually did not win state. Our 4x4 relay team got 3rd, but as a team we won state, which is pretty cool. That doesn't happen every day, and first time in school history that both boys and girls teams have won in the same year. So part of a historic championship.
So Michael's putting together a little bit of a vlog on his.
I have. Hopefully, when this is out, it'll be done.
Yeah,
I'm currently
well,
correcting all of Adobe's horrible captions.
But hopefully I lock in and actually edit this soon. But let's see.
It'll be out. It'll be out on the old YouTube channel with the San Francisco vlog.
Yeah,
Which
I watched that, by the way.
It's pretty good.
Let's see. Good music.
Just a lot of good music coming out.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen released an album with like 37 songs on it.
Okay.
That was really good.
Okay.
Forrest Frank's album was okay. Ben Rector released an album. All of the goodies.
All the people I've only heard of once. Bro,
Precisely.
look at the glow.
Whoa.
Anyway, I actually wrote mine down on a sticky note last night because I
Wow.
am never ready when we do this segment. Okay, first one. Well, first 3 words. Did my hair, as you can see. I like to roll the clip of when Michael's like, let's make this a poll or something. It might be a clip on the YouTube. Should Evan just do his hair full balls bleach?
Let's start a debate. Maybe this will be a clip or something, but let's start a debate. Should Evan just go full
No.
balls blonde?
No. Oh, no. And I was like, no. But I had made a promise that if soccer made it to state, I would do it. And I didn't tell anyone, but we made it to state, which we'll probably talk about later. So I did my hair. Let's see. So did my hair, dirt bike chain, because that has been giving me
That's been a big event in Evan's life recently.
a lot of problems. I'll tell you about it later. Dirt bike chain, did my hair, pressure washing, and summer planning.
Ooh. Tell us about the pressure washing.
Pressure washing it's on the climb. It's still new, but it's on the climb. I've been doing a lot of
in
jobs.
the words of Evan, it's a little bit ripe, a little bit fresh.
Yeah, but it's good ripe.
And
It's good fresh.
Mine was not.
Yeah, yours was like, random. Anyway, pressure washing is
so
going
good.
good. I
Still
did
Not all
4
over
jobs.
myself, but almost. Sorry, what were you saying?
What?
I like drank this, like missed my mouth kind of.
Tough.
But
So I did 4 jobs. I'm bringing my chair down. I can never get to this mic's level. There we go. I can like lean on the table too. Okay, I did 4 jobs recently. They're all my neighbors. One of them took me like 2 days because it was so mossy. But it's so nice to drive by it and see just this bright driveway. And so my sister designed a logo. I've been working on flyers and stuff. I've bought a lot more gear. I upgraded my pressure washer to like $1,000 machine, so it's really nice. But Yes, that's what I've been spending a lot of my time doing. Trying to buy some more dirt bikes or something like that. I don't know. Maybe a boat. That would be tough.
Tell us about the struggles with your chain.
So, for those of you who don't know, I have... Bro, this looks so funny. I'm like at the bottom of the screen. Hold on. Let me just fix this in real life podcast style. There we go. I have an electric dirt bike called an E-Box 2.0. It looks like that. It's small. It's like a pit bike, but it goes pretty dang fast. And I was like, dude, I've gotten so good at this thing. I want to ride it to school when it gets warm. And I've never broken. The only time I've ever broken something on it is when someone else crashed it. So I was driving. I was like, dude, I was driving to the auto store to buy brake cleaner and chain lube. There's irony in that. Just let me cook. And I was on my way there, and the chain decided to come off the wheel and get shredded. Like, it bent up, and it was so bad. And so I took it home, and I got the chain off. I'm like, well, I can't ride to school because my plan was to ride to school the next day. And that's when it decided to break. So I've been trying to fix it for like 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
I even got a new chain and stuff because, I mean,
I've
had
been
to.
hearing every day about the trauma of Evan and his dirt bike chain, and it's very sad. It's heartbreaking, truly.
It's very sad. I might start a GoFundMe or something.
Yeah.
Kidding.
Justice for the, what did I call you?
Justice for the tech coordinator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Did my hair and get mad at a dirt bike, but sometimes you don't need a lot to have a good, eventful little life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sometimes that's just all you need.
Yeah. Why do you hate school, Michael?
Well, our teachers have been trying to teach us for like 2 months. We just haven't learned anything, or everything that we are learning is just completely pointless. Like, okay, so our classes are split into A days and B days. I haven't learned anything on my B days in like 3 months, and I don't think that that's too much of an exaggeration. Like, nobody knows how to teach anymore, and everything that they are teaching is just so completely pointless. And my one motivation was to go to track and go to state, but we already did that. So, like, I'm just slogging to the end. Like, it's just an absolute crawl. It's pretty bad.
It's horrible. It's actually so bad. Our school starts at 8:30. I'm going to school tomorrow at 7 to do math so I can finally learn how to do the stupid math so I can take a test. It is bad.
It's really bad.
It's really bad. Anyway.
All right.
Fun stuff.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, about what happened in episodes 3 and 4.
So,
episode 3. Rigatoni watched the whole thing.
Yeah?
And he's just crying.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, no, don't put me back up there. He was so ashamed of episode 3 and 4, but we have to pay him a living wage, and he has to earn his living somehow.
His family somehow.
Yeah.
So episode 3, we wanted to get a guest. As I ran the Evan show, I had a lot of guests that basically lived off guests, and I was like, well, who do we know well? You know, who's a good buddy of ours? Who do we trust? And I'm like, oh, John. John's like one of our closest friends.
John.
Well, John does not really talk a lot, and when he does, it's quite quiet. And you know, we just didn't think about that.
John's a very introverted yet out of pocket man.
Exactly.
So it's like, he won't talk, and then just randomly he'll be like, yeah, I took the roof off of someone's car, or whatever he freaking did.
I shredded their what's it called? The pad in their trunk and dropped it in someone else's sunroof. I'm like, what? But yeah, so John,
John
didn't say a lot.
Life in the last 2 weeks, shenanigans. Yeah, I like broke someone's car.
Yeah. It's like, I can't really blame him. Even afterwards, he's like, why'd you guys pick me? I didn't even ask for this. We had a ton of people asking to be on the show. So, I think the best part of the episode was the end.
The ice bucket challenge, yeah.
Because even the song part was just him trying to gaslight me into admitting that I really liked all those songs. Which, I'm being so for real, I just didn't. He's like, no, Evan, that's actually an 8 for you. I'm like, bro, John.
Brother, what?
So it's like, we love him, but maybe he's just not built to be a podcast
Yeah, I
guest.
just don't think that John's going to be starting up the next Mic'd Up Mayhem here. But
yeah. Episode 4 was meant to redeem episode 3. And here we are. Episode 4, I was like, bro, Michael, I watched Kicking It with KG. Shout out Kendall Gray.
No. That is not how you started that conversation.
That's what I thought.
You came this man came into English one day and he said,
funny.
Michael, I need $15 from you, and
13.
I'm not going to tell you what I need it for.
$13.
13, whatever. And I was like, what's it for? I'm not going to tell you. It's like, what am I supposed to say to that? Of course, it's my best friend, so I said yes. And then he finally explained it to me later, and I was like, that sounds sick. Well, let's do it.
I said, how about I don't really want to tell you. You could just trust me. It's about the episode. Or I could tell you and it won't be a surprise. And so eventually I did tell him, right? And I was like, MREs. We make them on there. They like cook in a bag. It's cool. The food might suck. Content. And, like it was all a great idea and all that. And it just was an absolute disaster. And it took me so long to edit. The food was amazing.
It took him maybe 2 weeks to edit. And when we were actually recording it, things did not go quite as well. First of all, the meals cook themselves, and we still didn't know how to cook them. It's like you're just supposed to chuck water in there and it works, but no, half of my pasta was just dead cold and the other half was steaming hot.
And I microwaved mine.
Yeah, and he microwaved his. It's like,
it was good though.
Messed up the self-cooking meals. I spilled chocolate powder all over myself and just had it on my legs for like 40 minutes. I got home at like 10 o'clock that night or 10:30 or something. And my mom walks out of her room and she's like, what happened to you? And I was like, it's been a long day. I'll tell you about it in the morning. And
she saw like, your chocolate powder
She saw my
stain.
chocolate-covered pants.
Bro. Yeah, that was quite the endeavor.
Yeah.
It was a good idea, though.
It was a good idea. It honestly wasn't that bad of an episode. It just was chaotic. Like we just had literally no plan.
That was the big problem. It's just
you were like explaining this really heavy like news story as I was like shaking the bag.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, this applesauce is really good."
Yeah. And then randomly it cut to you recording on your phone so we could get close-ups because none of the cameras we're using are good enough quality. But I did think that the very end was funny when I kind of don't remember recording some of that. I was so tired. It was like 1:17 a.m. or something, and I was just sitting here like, I just finished editing the episode, and I'm really tired. Like, I was like dead. And I was like, stay tuned. But, I mean, it's content. It wasn't good, though.
It is content. It has like a ripe 30 views.
It built up the weight for this episode. Anyway, yeah, that was rough. It was kind of just a double whammy of like, wow, that was not ideal. But we're here with episode 5, the redemption arc.
We're going back to the basics. I mean, that's all it takes, you know?
We've reflected on our mistakes and we're going to move on now.
Yeah.
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 So we have looked into some better gear and we've decided we don't want to spend the money. So just wait. We will eventually.
You're going to have to deal with 720p and 3 different cameras for now.
Yeah. I think it's time to move on to the big ticket item.
I do agree.
This episode is going to be quite a lot shorter because there's just not as much like that we're going to do. But, it's also not going to be the most chaotic MRE cooking session you've ever seen. So,
yes,
Evan on the Go this week, this episode, is a spectacle. Wait, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay,
spectacle.
Yeah. It's a spectacle where I was like, I want to do something stupid but have it be justified. Basically was what I thought. I was like, Mom, give me some would you rather questions we could ask people. The original thing we had planned was, would you rather me and Michael walk to school facing backwards?
Mm-hmm.
Or would you rather me buy a trailer for my dirt bike and tow Michael to school?
For reference to the walking backwards thing, I live half an hour away from him, and then we would walk backwards from his house, which would take like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Or
so
something.
He'd get here at like 6.
I would have to get here at like 6, which really means waking up at like 5, which I really just didn't want to do at all.
So we changed it. Also, because my dirt bike wasn't running at the time. I don't even know why I said that. Like, the tow you thing would have been really funny, though. Because down to our parking lot is this big hill where everyone is, and they'd all see us. It'd be so funny. But we changed it. We changed it to what ChatGPT cooked up, which was
our favorite friend. It works in school. It works in making podcast ideas. It's just, I don't know what I would be doing with my life without it.
It said, would you rather go to a fancy restaurant in pajamas or a fast food restaurant in a suit and tie? I was like, oh, we can run that. So we interviewed people, And the winner, you'll just have to wait and see. But it was a fun time.
It was a well of a time. We did it literally like 2 hours ago.
Tell them about the interviews, though. When did we do those? And were those rushed at all?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe just a tad. We were like, wow, we have 15 minutes in lunch, and we have to do this thing that gets picked tomorrow. So let's interview everyone that we see.
Basically.
Yeah.
Quite a few more teachers than we normally do. But, we're an inclusive podcast
It's
here at
okay.
Mic'd Up Mayhem, so.
It's okay. So should we just...
Let's roll the footage.
Let's play it. Let's play the thing. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Evan on the Go. For this segment, we're gonna be interviewing people in the very unique "Would You Rather" question, and whatever gets the most picks, me and Michael are gonna be doing it. So let's go interview some people. Let's go. All right. Have you seen Mic'd Up Mayhem before?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay. Would you rather see me and Michael go to a fancy restaurant in pajamas or a fast food restaurant in a suit and tie?
The pajamas.
Thank you. Okay, what do you think, Stacer?
Definitely pajamas in a fancy restaurant.
Thank you. This is Miss Z, our English teacher.
Sorry. Fast food restaurant, suit and tie. That's cool.
Thank you. This is our Bible teacher, Mr. Lundstrom. Now, what do you think?
Definitely fast food restaurant in a suit and tie. I think that would be awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Lundstrom.
No problem.
Hey, Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, our history teacher. Mr. Smith, JV soccer coach.
People go to fancy restaurants because they want to have a nice occasion out. And goblin teenagers have ruined enough things like the Minecraft movie for us all. So much better to be overdressed at the fast food restaurant than to be underdressed at an occasion where people are trying to have a nice evening.
So, fast food restaurant.
Yeah, because I didn't pay a bunch of money for a babysitter so you could come in your pajamas and, mess up my evening.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Sam? Oh, that could have been bad.
I'm not gonna lie, pajamas at the fancy restaurant sounds pretty funny.
Thanks, Sam.
Fast food restaurant in a suit and tie.
All right. Thanks, Nolan. Enjoy your day. We're back with Mr. B, and he's chewing on chips again. What a guy. All right, so would you rather see me and Michael go to a fancy restaurant in pajamas or go to a fast food restaurant in a suit and tie?
I'm definitely in favor of the suit and tie at a fast food restaurant. Don't ever show up in jammies at a nice place.
Okay, thanks, Mr. B.
Fancy restaurant pajamas, 100%.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, thank you, Finn. Yeah. Now I'm here with Lucas.
Fancy restaurant in pajamas.
Okay. Thanks, Lucas. Go back to Clash Royale. This is Isaac. He's my homie.
Fancy restaurant in pajamas.
All right, that was our tiebreaker vote. We're going to a fancy restaurant.
Let's go to Anthony's.
Mic test, yeah. Talk to me, boy. Yeah.
Anthony!
Look, Michael. Look at it go. We're here. We have arrived at Anthony's, and I have brought the F-Deuce microphone. Let's see what they say.
Please, sir, after you.
Oh, thanks, gang. Walking in with this mic and all these cords looks so bad. No, I'm recording vertical. I'm looking horrified, bro. There goes nothing.
What table have you got out there, Andy?
We are in. We are so in.
We are so in. They just do not care so far, like at all.
Do not care. But we're gonna act like we did some crazy infiltration to get in here in our pajamas.
Yeah.
But check out this view. 2 showy temples on the way. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All
And
right.
bread for you two to start?
Sure. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Put in business, baby.
Look at Michael.
Silverware.
There's a leaf thing on our bread. I mean, on our butter. This is our bread.
I can't. Locked in. I can't do
Oh, he got it.
bread taste test. That's some good bread.
Very bready.
Very bready. We're trying the leaf bread. We're good to see if this enhances the flavor. It's a little crunchy.
Well, you ate the crust.
No, I ate the leaf.
Oh, the leaf
There's
was
no leaf on
crunchy?
the thing anymore.
Wait, let me try some of this.
Picked up the butter.
I was...
Got you.
Like, it tastes like how an old person's house would smell. But, like, really strong.
Hooray.
Food just got here. Fish and chips. And Michael got some steak. And we just learned that Big Mike has never had asparagus. So we're going to let him figure out how to eat asparagus. I don't really think he can mess it up. Let's try it.
Bottoms up. Back.
Thoughts?
Not bad.
The absolute lunker asparagus. Finger for reverence.
Does one dare dip it in ketchup, or am I just?
One dares whatever they want to dare.
Holy tough line.
We're too far gone.
Don't think he's a big fan.
Don't do that. I have agreed to give this man $3 to eat that.
This will be the second time I've made money by eating butter.
Feels really gross in my mouth.
Congratulations, you're $3 richer.
So worth it.
All right.
Thank you, Anthony's, for the meal. We have episode 5 to record now. So we're gonna go do the Hey Look, a Train! So yeah, that was just an absolute dandy time. I gotta be honest, when I heard Anthony's, I thought a lot more fancy than it actually was.
So here's the thing: I've heard of Anthony's before, and I also thought it was a fancy restaurant. The Anthony's that I've gone to, so Anthony's is like a seafood restaurant. There's one, at least the one that we go to sometimes, like as a family. It's like the one that we go to is a lot more toned down, and it's not like as seafoody. It's more like a grill. So I was thinking like that, but nobody really cared. It was still good.
I was pretty nervous as I walked in because all the waiters were dressed up pretty nice.
Yeah, you were freaking out. You were like, oh no. Well, and you also had like 5 different cords coming out of you.
Yeah, that looked weird. And then I walked to where they seated us. I'm like, that dude has a soccer jersey on, like me. That dude's in a bright neon biking suit. Like, I think we're okay. But we said we'd be going to a fancy restaurant in pajamas, so we just gotta play it like we're doing something really stupid.
Yeah.
And so we did. We had our fun.
We were still pretty stupid.
It
I
was.
mean, there's not many sane people dipping asparagus in ketchup, so.
Especially that big of an asparagus. That thing was massive.
That thing is huge.
But yeah, that's our little disclaimers. That was not nearly as fancy as I thought it was gonna be. But that might have been a good thing, because maybe if it was fancy, we got kicked out. It would have been good content, but it would have lasted about 30 seconds.
And also, we would be broke.
Yeah, that's true. Oh.
Whoa.
Don't exactly have the big bills.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The monetization on this podcast is approximately nothing.
It's a work in progress is what it is.
So we currently are in negative territory for the podcast in terms of spending. So we don't want to increase that negative. We don't want to increase it going more into negative. We want to make it positive.
Same with sponsorship deals. We've had our fair.
We've had a couple swing and a misses over there too.
We've had some maybes though.
Yeah.
So
we haven't been fully shut down.
We have one company. We've only asked like 2 companies. Let's be real. The other one just didn't respond. So we're doing.
Yeah.
We have one company. We have a buddy named Ted. Who works for the company. Shout out Ted. He just wants to see us keep going. So we're gonna keep going. But if we get sponsored, we will definitely be the first to let you guys know. Because there will be like a mini ad. I think that'd be so fun to make.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're working on it mainly because we need better camera gear. Like, look at Michael, bro. It's just like
this is currently what you're looking at is a 720p Logitech webcam from Goodwill.
This is a GoPro.
Like maybe $8.
Yeah, this is a GoPro. I mean, it's good, but it's so wide it loses a lot of quality. And this is my phone, so it's like it's all right, but you know.
But I mean, the whole thing is brought down by my wonderful, lovely camera over there. Hey, buddy.
It's very Very special. So yeah, Evan on the Go was
Quite
definitely
the time.
fun. It was fun to edit. I'll say that.
That was yeah.
It was definitely fun to edit. And like we came home and just immediately changed and went. So it was like 4:15 when we got there. So it was pretty empty, which was definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
So we
All right.
move on to Goober News. If you have any questions about that Evan on the Go, comment them or ask me at school or whatever. I don't know. Because, well, not if you're a rando. Don't come to my school, definitely.
Yeah.
But if I know you. Because I haven't actually watched it yet. It's almost done editing. We just filmed it like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But that's why we know it's off the dome. So if you have any questions, comment them, and I'll probably have just forgotten to say something. But let's move on to Goober News.
It's Goober News time. I'm the only one with the Goober article today, which is okay because I like talking. So I will get to talking. Evan, are you a mushroom guy?
Heck no.
Okay.
Heck no. My
Yeah.
sister likes them, and we've almost disowned her because of it.
I'm not a big mushroom guy either, and I'm definitely not. I'm even less of a mushroom guy. After reading this headline,
Oh no.
Australian woman on trial. I can talk. Let's try that again. Australian woman on trial for mushroom murder of in-laws says she was trying to fix a bland lunch.
Wait, murder or manslaughter? Like she killed them, or like she accidentally killed them?
This says murder.
Oh. So can you read me the details? Because here's what I think when I hear that. Their sandwich or salad or whatever was boring, so she threw some shrooms in there and then they died? Or was it like I hate them? So
I believe it's that. Not I hate them, but the thing you said before.
Oh.
So before Erin Patterson's in-laws and their relatives arrived at her home for lunch, she bought pricey ingredients, consulted friends about recipes, and sent her children out to a movie. Then the Australian woman served them a dish containing poisonous death-cap mushrooms, a meal that was fatal for 3 of her 4 guests.
Well, that's unfortunate. No one's coming back to your house for dinner.
Prosecutors in the Supreme Court case in the state of Victoria say the accused lured her guests to lunch with a lie about having cancer before deliberately feeding them toxic fungi.
Okay. See, it was on purpose. See what I'm saying there? See what I'm saying? It was on purpose.
There was something. Oh yeah, no one disputes that Patterson served death cap mushrooms to her guests for lunch in the rural town of Leongatha, but she says she did it.
Yo, Leongatha.
So seems like it was premeditated, but she is playing it off as if it wasn't because, of course, she would.
Yeah.
She did say she shouldn't have lied about cancer, though.
What's her name?
Erin, I believe.
Interesting.
So
come on, Erin. Yo, shout out
shady
Erin.
business going on in Australia.
What?
Like, saying some shady business.
Bro, I've been there.
You guys got huge spiders, frigging mushroom people killing each other with mushrooms. It's like
Australia's
I understand
elite,
that the U.S. is not the most normal country either, but like
Australia's like elite. I've been there though, and like it is true that pretty much everything can kill you, and I guess the mushrooms are even more deadly there too.
Okay, but like Forza Horizon 3 was also in Australia. Whoa. That game was gas.
So tough. So tough.
It was such a good game.
Yeah. Well, that's all we have for you today.
Oh,
so,
she also threw up her mushroom meal, just to throw that on the end.
Oh, that's okay, gross. Mushrooms are bad, but vomited mushrooms are even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
If convicted, she faces life in prison for murder and 25 years for attempted murder.
Huh.
So.
Anyway, thank you for tuning in to episode 5 of Mic'd Up Mayhem.
A little bit shorter than normal, but still, it's a great show we got going on here.
Stay tuned for better episodes. 1, 2, better gear, ideally in the soonish future. The balloons just went. When
They're
I
back?
did this, and they're back. Yes! I think we'll end on the balloons.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.